Alright, greetings. Thanks for joining us on this broadcast. Back from Quarantine Central. 5 years of quarantine. Greetings. So, yeah, some states have opened up. A lot of them are going to be shutting down. Yeah, this is kind of a bad idea, but yeah, so some states will definitely have to shut back down again as the numbers begin to spike. It's all about an economic situation, which is understood, but it's going to come back and bite them. But a lot of them aren't going to report the results, of course. It's always the middle of the month where you actually have an energy shift. Just like in April's energy shift doesn't mean it's anything major, but same thing here in the middle of the month. I'm going to continue to do a virus update. It just, I don't know, it just gets new people here. If I talk about anything else, somebody understands what the hell I'm talking about. If I post anything alien related, it just falls flat. Not entirely, but if you want to reach new people, you gotta do things they're not proud of. Just you gotta work the system. I don't like doing it, but might as well take advantage of the situation, use it for a positive. The way you can look at it, take the situation, put positive energy to it, and so I'm gonna do another connection with the felines, and go see how much I think they have more. Now, after I did that session or that yesterday, I felt a lot of Zeta energies around. So give you another. There's a lot of military stuff. I might do just an individual upload. You know, it won't be on the nightly ones. It'll be on its own when I'm picking up from the secret space program or whatever you want to call it. Because there is definitely something going on, and as you know, the Pentagon did the UFO stuff release, and you know, just we're gearing up to some kind of, call it, conversation, taking it more seriously, slowly. Eventually, this all makes sense. Not right now. June is still a big month of maybe not the best news, but yeah, this month is gonna be rough. Not to say last month wasn't rough, but as things are opening up when they should never open up to begin with, yeah, it becomes a rough month. So, yeah. And I'm not sure if it was here or where up. I've been feeling a lot of mantis energies of involved with human creation. You know, our insectoid. You know, like the Zetas, they find they experiment. And I've even heard from somebody about how advanced insectoids are mantis are with genetics. It was a question that was like ages ago, but it isn't really mentioned very often or at all, for that matter. Yeah, you can say the most prominent alien race is the insectoid over anybody else. Not to say they're not rulers of the universe. There's just a lot of them. They can reproduce pretty quickly, and they can adapt pretty easily and things like that. So take it or leave it. But of course, all alien species have evolved, are part of the human development. But it feels like the mantis was an early one of its creation. Not that they knew what they were doing, but it feels like, it's like when you get. It all came from another universe. It wasn't just here. All this stuff, like the cat people everybody has their own version of things. Like a cat was like a cat. It wasn't humanoid. It was like a big, like a tiger or a lion or whatever it might be. It was in that form, and then it got genetically modified. or it was created. It was different however you want to look at it. Some people say it was already humanoid or a little bit of different. But either way, it's a lot of cat worlds always start with just regular cats, and they get modified to human. But to go back to the mantis, um, it's like mantis is grabbing stuff from all different worlds, all whatever they find, like junk or something. And some of it is like you know like the evolution of the human eventually came out of that. They found a leg that was like, what the hell is this? What do we do with this thing? And there might have been like a version of a human in another universe, but then all the information was lost, and they were lost, whatever it might be, stuff like that. So obviously, other universes are humans throughout other, of course, but I'm talking about before that was ever created. Of course, you can say it was always invented, but there's always different evolutions of it. Let's put it that way. Like for our universe, it was it evolves, it gets seeded, and it evolves in its own way. Cats are evolved in their own way for this universe. They're all different from different everything's different in other places. So, like this is our version of humans, our version of a cat, it's our version of insectoid, etc. Other universes have different versions, things like that. So, you can't win any arguments. Basically, there's always a different version of everything. So, yeah, there was another energy about the black magicians that came, or at least a message about it. Uh, like the Atlantean black magician or the human black magician that came from Babylon. Yeah, it's like the centerpiece of black magician energies. And white magician, of course. You can say a lot of that had to do with the damnation or the destruction of Atlantis. Yeah, like the human magician that figured out how to control humanity and went ahead and did it. So obviously, we're gonna get different versions of that, but I feel like Babylon is a centerpiece of Atlantis being taken down. Yeah, it controlled the humans. It told them what to do, told them how to act. Eventually, run into that. What kind of clothes to wear? Don't talk to this person. Talk to that person. Things like that. Then things got kind of out of hand. Let's get into the Anunnaki. So, I believe this is more of a human influence. There might have been some alien influences here and there, obviously, but I still think it was a human. The human made the final decision on it, if they're going to control humanity or not. So, and then it went into Atlantis, corrupted that, and it went on, something like that. Obviously, there's going to be different versions of all of this. But I feel like Babylon did play a big role in Atlantis' destruction. Knows how Babylon's not around anymore. So, yeah, I don't think it was Egyptian. It might have been Egyptian involved in some way, but I think Babylon's more, at least from what I feel from it. So, obviously, everyone has their own. Oh, you keep saying that. Everyone has their own. Yeah, because you can't make any. It's like, there's always a different way of looking at all of this. So, Anunnaki plays a big role, of course, in due time, as the world is reopening. Yeah, we're just gonna learn the hard way, it seems. But we don't have no choice because of the economy, of course. I mean, that's understood. Orlando is doomed. Orlando's like Las Vegas. Oh, there's no tourism. There's nothing there, and Florida's getting affected pretty heavily by that. So, of course, Miami's a big deal too. So both of them are hit. So there's not much other than that. So, yeah. All right. Do a quick update. Sure, everything is. Okay, those are new to August. IvanTalk.com. Our private sessions. the scheduler. We want to have a channel. Google Hands to Zoom and channeling by phone. At a shop, I'm on 24th, a week from last Friday, basically. Same situation here. There are channelers and healers I do recommend. Social network. And Rabbit's back up. Thank you for your support. Oh. Spoke too soon. Here's NORAD. I was feeling a lot of energies on that. I'm going to go into the secret space program, at least my version of it, or what they're allowing. It was definitely, oh yeah, the Navy and space, or UFOs, was definitely connected. You'd think it would be the Air Force, but it's not. Is this the right? Isn't it like dot mil? Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, so yeah, the Navy plays a big role in alien. Well, the Navy's is good for it's out in the ocean. It's like the desert. It's out in the ocean, so they can test stuff out. And who's going to see it? So if they have any ships that are modified, re-engineered, that's a perfect place to do it at. It's just like, I mean, the ocean is kind of like space in a lot of ways. There's just nobody there. I mean, there is people there, but, it's still uncharted waters, you can say. I believe they also understand there's a lot underwater that they do know about they have not made public for obvious reasons. Just like space. So, a lot of stuff's not public, but they know a lot of stuff about it. They're never going to make public, at least anytime soon. So, I'm going to try to do, if I remember, if I'm thinking right, do more on the Navy and secret space program, or I might do it tomorrow night. We'll see, but I'm going to do it. You channel all the time, you can wear yourself out, so you gotta be careful with that. You channel. It's like fucking blowing your head off. It's like, do a channel text, do this. It's like you're gonna lose your mind. It's like just no end to it. Just yeah. I mean, obviously, I know it's the mission, but it's like you're an opera singer, always singing all the time. You're gonna eventually your throat's gonna get worn out, and so yeah, you don't want to overdo it. So, alright, we're going to go into the Feline Council again. I thought that was really helpful. And I feel like, I've been tapping into Feline energies for quite a while, seeing different perspectives. And the gorilla energies too. Let's see where we go. So I remember some things from this. I don't remember everything, but I remember some of what's going on here. So, alright. Here we go. Blessings. Here we go. Greetings. We are the Feline Councils. I am Artemis. Greetings to you. Yes, notice we use the name this time. Our governments are similar to yours, without all of the distractions. We have an open government when anybody can join. We are like a council, but we call it an open government. We are speaking from Sirius at this time. We are not from Lyra. We are connected to Lyra, but we are speaking from Lyra, Sirius at this moment. And we'll bring a Lyran perspective also. This was not planned. So, yes, what is the best for society? Of course, that's why we're here. There is a lot of, cabal energies that are controlling humanity and its mental capacities. As yes, fear, it's not just fear that runs society. It is a lack of control. As you take more control of yourselves, as for clear out substances, and just becoming, yes, a more loving person of yourself, you'd be surprised how clear you can think. It's all about you in the long run, as many of you know, but it's easier said than done. It's like putting all the pieces together of yourself. It's just, yeah, some of you are detectives, as you've noticed, research detectives. And it's just putting your perspective, it's all about your perspective of your own truth, as you've heard many, many times. And once you are comfortable in your own energy of who you are, you'd be surprised how many doors open. How your manifesting gets stronger. How you are just, you know where you're heading if you don't know where you're going. You're just more comfortable in your own shoes of who you are. And also, self-improvement becomes easier. You make peace with yourself. Easier said than done. Some people just say make peace, but I'm still trying to get everybody to like me, though. You can't worry about that. And it's a process that can take a lifetime. It's not something that happens overnight. And once again, it's the more you learn, the more disconnected you are, the more you grow, of course. The more you're flaunting yourself, manipulate, whatever it is, that's your growth. There's nothing wrong with it, but putting yourself back together, yes, not judging is key. Because you've all been there at some point of your existence. Some of you have been alcoholics, drug addicts, everything you know in demand. Some of you have taken it to a whole new level. So, yeah, you just have an understanding of it. And you just not belittling others and growing into a higher dimensional self of you. Now, the Lyrans and the Syrians don't always get along. The Lyrans can be very controlling over societies. Yes, and the Lyrans have, the felines have taken over many humans, using them as slaves. Of course, humans have done the same thing to them. Now, for Sirius, the same things happen to us. The Lyrans are... Well, they will come through after we're finished. As they were here yesterday. They're careful what they bring information to your planet. The Lyrans are more likely to step away. The Syrians, depending on the Syrian, are more likely to get involved in your world. And not worry what happens to us. Even if it does, even if we do regret it sometimes. Where we assist them, we give our energy to your planet, to your people. Maybe everything doesn't work out the way we thought it would. But we are assisting with civilizations to be created. Like Dubai. That's an alien environment. Assisted by many species. We can't go into detail. Depending on who you talk to. The Syrians are not necessarily we are warrior, we are spiritual, we are everything. We don't get along, but then we do get along. We are right with your world, though. As many of our societies got pulled into your planet, lost. Even Men in Black energies are connected to the Syrians. So, yeah, not all felines get along. Now, with alien races, see, you don't have, you're all just human. But with alien races, obviously aliens don't get along with a lot of insectoids or other felines, of course, but other reptilians. Serious, you'd be surprised how we understand the reptilians more than most beings, as many of us became reptilian-like to see it from their point of view and made peace with them. Not to say we're out of the woods with them. But we have our own problems as for our own growth. A lot of the Cabal energies that are brought to your world are leaving. As you see this change going on. This is nothing new to some of you. Yeah, some more fourth-dimensional gateways, what do you call it? Stargates, as you call them, have been opening more recently. A lot of it's through your oceans. So expect more alien knowledge to come in slowly. Have any of you, probably not, but you never know. Some of you have seen a shape-shifting human. Now, some of you have seen it in your third eye, yes, but have you seen it actually in a physical form? Now, some of you are connected to that vibration because that's where many of you come from. You remember your family, where you come from, why you're attracted to certain people, because some of them were your boss at one time. And they treated you terribly then and treated you terribly now, and you finally make peace with it and disconnect from that. So you're warning more awares of yourselves, but a shape-shifting human is where your planet is going to. As many humans who are alien in human form. Some of them are feline. Not to say they're going to make themselves known too rapidly, no. But your time is coming. Now it can happen instantly. It's like, did I just see what I just saw? Now some I've seen certain singers that transform. Because some singers are reptilian-like, yes. Reptilians have a lot of talent. Some of them make great singers. I know it sounds strange, but reptilians feel like they have to rule your world because you don't know how to rule it yourselves. So they have a lot of their ground crew here through your entertainment. This is why they do all the symbolisms with their hands and all of that. Some of them just do it for the hell of it. Some of them are truly part of the cabal system, such as your music industry. And you realize how connected. Now, a reptilian race might not be the greatest at singing, so they take a Syrian race. Usually it's a Syrian race, and use our talents, combine it with theirs to control your planet. Syrians are very good at programming societies. Not that we're trying to do that. It just we know the world's vibrations in a way of harmonic energies. There are others that can do it, of course, but Syrians we seem to be better at it than a lot of species. It's just the way we're made. So, when you have music, it is very subliminal. So that is the Syrian way, you can say. It's how we speak to each other. It's not, we're not here to control anyone, but others can use our power for negativity as they have been. So, as you go into more of a, what is it? Your Ariana Grande, she's a reptilian. They want you to know that. Now, as a feline race, many feline races feel obligated to protect your planet. Because your world is not, you don't know, we don't call it know any better, but we feel like it's our duty to care for your world. Even if many of us don't interact with it, some of us do. As I say, the Syrians, we get very much involved. Such as your Egypt is very Syrian. Your Arab world is very Syrian. There's other energies there. There is definitely Anunnaki. Anunnaki is more part of the ruling race. Part of your royalty. Of course, the DNA, but they like to stay in the shadows. Not to say we're in the shadows out. We're in the shadows too, actually. But there are a lot of feline presence around your planet. So statues and names of some of your cathedrals, Catholic. And that's now some of that's Lyran. It's a little bit of both of Lyran and the Lyran. Will give you a different. The Lyran is very connected to your DNA as for how you're developed and how you look. The Syrian is more part of the spiritual side of it. The feline is more of spiritual guidance. Not to say you don't have our DNA, you do, but we all have different paths or directions. Your wording is, you're doing the best we can with your language. Your feline, your Lyrans have just a whole different governance of how they operate. Hands off for the most part. Some of them got a little bit carried away by the influential society. Meaning that some of your popes are feline beings. We can't say which ones at this time. Your virus, your pandemic vibration, yes, is connecting you to other planets. So a lot of these souls are leaving, are going to other worlds. And now you have an opening, which means more are going to purge and leave. As I thought they've made decisions and many have decided to leave your planet. There's always been different phases of it. So the death rate will increase for sure for those that have found. Many have things to do and they can't do it at home. They need to get out. So once they get out, do the thing they need to do, then they'll leave. Not all, but some will. So recognize the timeline. Timelines, you can only do so much at home. That's why so many are getting out of control at home, or they're protesting. Some of that's manipulation. Some just can't stay at home for anything, which is understood. So your next stage is, yes, another form of awakening. Spiritual awakening now is going to be the hardest for many that are slowly evolving into a new energy field, a new way of looking at things. Yes, you need death to wake yourselves up, unfortunately. Well, we call it unfortunately, but many souls need that part of their evolution. A wake-up call. There's only so much time someone can sit at home and learn about themselves. Many are not built that way, as you can see, because they're protesting. Some need attention from others, they need communication, need somebody, because they're not truly ready to go into who they are, which is fine. Not to say they're going to be ill of this virus, no. But they are going to be affected by it in some shape or form. They're willing to take the risk, as you can see, and that's what they call living. There is a Martian energy here, yes. Very powerful part of your military, yes. Part of your third world energies, your Africa, is very Martian at this time. It is, Martians are not normally mentioned, but they are known to be known genetics themselves. And are known to sacrifice their own people, as is happening in your Africa. Which is also kind of your Illuminati energies. They don't care who they hurt. That's very much part of the Martian way. So Mars doesn't really show themselves here for now. And many of them would rather, yes, wipe out, well, a gender of the race, the male race or the female race, whatever they can do. Yeah. Usually it'd be the female, but they know that's kind of a lost cause, so they try to do the male instead. Which is against all the things that they care for. It's like the war on men, as many of you heard. A lot of it's a Martian war on society. Take out the masculine. They were always big on masculine, but they also show their power, how they can take it out. So, not that it's going to happen here. It is being tested on many. Many are going to find themselves new sexual energies within themselves, of course, during this situation. And a new form of themselves will be born. Once again, the Syrian energies, we're not here to pour it out loud to get too involved. We are part of the spiritual aspects of metaphysics, connected to your higher self, going into a higher dimensional framework of yourself. A new program, a new alliance with you and the universe and the earth. Basically, the earth is being reprogrammed at this time, as you are. As your world's being changed, the universe is changing. And the other civilizations are connected to you, are changing. We're bringing your knowledge to our worlds. As not all of us really saw what was coming. So, alright, I must go. Blessings to you on your journeys here. Greetings to you. We are the Lyrans, Lyran Council. Greetings. That was a message of gratitude to your society. As no, it's not all feline beings get along, but we do respect each other and their connections to your race. You're going, yes, into a new form of human, where feline beings and all beings will become more known in due time. Where the feline will become more of our presence of peace, of bringing more psychic energy to your world, slowly. As your intuitions are slowly opening up, and more of that will come. There's a battle of who can be psychic and who can't. The one about our alien war, as we're here to assist you in your awakening, it's more of a helping you, know yourself, which is the biggest battle. As you want to know more about yourself, but it's not always the easiest to find that because there's others that don't want you to know anything. You don't even see them. A lot of conversations around you just keep you distracted from who you are, as there is many distractions of television, things like that. So, as aliens, we don't need a Netflix and things like that. We have your world as our world, as our lives. As it is, it's very challenging, of course, but the alien race that can assist you on making a breaking point for alien contact, first off, makes our race look good. That we psychically connected to you, to assist you on knowing you, which also brought you closer to a new evolution of your society. Not that connection to aliens is the most important thing in the world, no. Well, the idea is to help you find yourself. It doesn't have to be an alien connection. But as you find yourself, some of you will find you're not alone here. You'll get answers. We've had questions for a long time. That's where, the idea is first we work with you and you figure out you. That's number one. Aliens, whatever that shows up. Not the priority. The priority is for you to have more peace within yourselves. Within family, those around you. Doesn't mean you're going to be able to say everything is on your mind. That you are working towards it. Many are not ready. Because many of you are, first of all, you took the medicine of living an uneasy life. But those around you are not ready for your medicine. For them, they're awakening and they're healing. Because it's hard. As many of you know, it's hard in this awakening. It's hard to grasp all of this. As some of you become naturally easy with it because you are in the fourth dimension right now. Of course you're seeing beings everywhere. You are in the fourth dimension. And most people aren't. And that's what's frustrating about it. It is alone there. I wouldn't call it alone at the top. But it's alone of not being able to share your vibration with others in a respectful way. Instead you get laughed at, somebody would like to use the word neutered. Which is probably about right. It feels that way, doesn't it? Because it's a fear of society. It's a fear, and they're just not emotionally prepared for it. There's many reasons behind it. They just all want to change. But as you see, change is being brought to you through Mother Earth's vibrations, through Agartha. As Agartha grows into your reality, where nature will change into a more Agarthian society as the vibrations get lighter. As the pollution gets healed, I'll call it the garbage around your world, that's being buried and pushed in the oceans. That will be healed eventually. First you gotta feel it yourselves. And that right now, many aren't aware of the healing within themselves. On multiple levels. There's never an easy level, ever. And the other thing is trusting others. That's very hard. Some people feel like I trust others, and be surprised how not truthful that is. Trusting others is a part of not you letting go, but you connecting to others, of a branching out to others in a bridging your energy. You've got even if that someone portrays your trust, that's on them, not on you. But it shows that you're bridging your vibration to willing to reach out and grow among others. Yeah, trust within others is growth, and that's another stage of your growth. You can grow within that. You are satisfied with who you are, but now you want to branch out and know more about yourself and share your talents with others, and then continue to share it. It's all about sharing talents in the long run. What life's about is about sharing yourself with others, but not everyone's ready for that because they have to figure out who they are, and it's never going to be an easy process, of course. Some would call it a nightmare. That's why some people watching horror movies, like, that horror movie is me. Why am I so entertained by it? I'm in a theater of people that are just like me. We're all feeling the same thing. You are what you watch. So, not always, but, people can really, yeah, I can see that. That's a lot of that's me and myself. So, and more of that will be brought out. It's more of like you'll become, I believe this is mentioned here before, part of a society where you can tell others about yourselves on a galactic level, on a spiritual level, on an angelic, galactic, multi-dimensional level. And you do make art out of it, because now you know where all this is coming from. So you already have your mythology now, but as you open yourselves up, more of your fiction become more entertaining. Of course, it's more like realism, but you fictionalize it. Use your creative side, and that's where your creativity is really going to grow, and it'll help others open up too. So this is what's, as you unravel yourselves through creativity, whatever that might be. It might be through technologies, might be through whatever it might be. But through fiction, you grow, others grow, and you constantly build, and you heal the riddle of your existence. And it is a riddle. So you want to break through this matrix is basically being real with yourself. It's one way. Then being real with others in a positive way. Yeah, negative way just shuts you down. There is going to be negativity there, of course. When you're real with others, things are going to be said that are going to be hurtful, of course. That's part of healing. But the idea is to grow, is to build. As you know, your temple of yourself, you can help others build themselves. So, yeah, you are a temple, so you're piecing yourself together, so you can help others piece themselves together. This is all about. It's about figuring out the mystery of yourself, and that's when your matrix will be understood. The more of you know who you are, the more this matrix energy, or whatever you want to call this reality, you unlock it. So, some of you already know there's a door there, but what's the key to unlocking it? It takes time, years, sometimes it takes a long time. But you are on your way. Yes, not a fear of the unknown. Not everyone's meant to connect to aliens and spiritual beings on a daily basis. Know yourself. Heal your own aggravations. Bring more peace to yourself. That's what matters most. And everybody will show up to you. All the spirit beings all come to you. If you want to go to them, that's fine. But you don't have to. Whatever you want to do, let's put it that way. So, this is from the Lyran Council. We are near Saturn at this time. Healing the teachers connected to your world. Some are being retired. Some are reptilian. Yeah, as you awaken, you realize how reptilian your planet really is. And how useful it was, and how terrifying it is in some ways. Yes, they're part of the riddle of your society, but they are part of your awakening too. If you figure out how they locked you, got you to do things you're not proud of, it's like you figure out how they manipulate your energy, and you figure that out, and you clear their manipulation, they can't do it anymore, they give you kudos for that. So they're not going to be all heavy on your society as you might think. As you awaken, there's nothing to be afraid of. Let's put it that way. You're not going to have a reptilian army coming to get you. There's obviously multiple beings here. What will you do with that? Blessings to your society, your soul growth, knowledge within, crystal chambers, crystal knowledge of yourselves. Blessings to you.